It's a diary of being and being my authentic self every day and becoming who I aspire to be. It's a record of growth.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. We are on episode 2 today. And child, if you haven't subscribed, go back and click on the subscribe button and then continue watching and like the video and please do comment. And yeah, today we are on episode 2. And so episode 2 will be my New Year resolutions recap for 2025. As we know, we are on the last month of the year, December, guys. So, beginning of this year, I had wrote down my New Year resolutions for 2025. It wasn't anything fancy. It was just me writing a list of my New Year resolutions on Google Docs. And this was inspired by a close friend of mine. Last year, I saw her at the end of the year. Last year, I saw her post this TikTok and Instagram reel, I think. And she had all of the list of everything she had achieved this year and everything that she hadn't achieved. And so when I saw it, I was like, this year, it's me. Again, I'm going to be doing the same thing. And so, yeah. And it's not like I didn't have like New Year resolutions that year. It's just something that for me, New Year goals or New Year resolutions has always been something that's at the back of my head, or it's a new year and I'm like, okay, this is the new year, this is what I want to achieve. I never really wrote them down. This is the first year, and so we're gonna go through them because we are ending the year. And so I have them here on my laptop, but I'll put them somewhere here so you see. So at the top of my list, I had get into internships. And so this year, I got into 2 internships, which is quite a lot of an improvement from last year, because last year was the first time I got into an internship in my entire life. And I got into one internship and it wasn't paid. It was like, a learning program, kind of an internship with this investment company in South Africa. Yes, investment company. Charles, I'm smart. But anyways, and last year, when I got into that internship, I was very grateful because I had been trying and applying for all sorts of internships, but I never really got in. So when I got in, I was really, really excited because at the time also, I had started working on my LinkedIn profile, and getting into an internship was one of those goals where I'm like, I finally have something to put on my LinkedIn. And so after the experience of last year and internships, failing to get into a lot of them and got into one, this year I was like, at least get into 2 or more internships, right? And so I think I have achieved this goal because I got into 2, not only one internship, but 2. And they were all paid internships. So
clock it. Clock it.
Exactly. So that internship, this goal, very much achieved, and abundantly so. So the second one was get a new phone. I had to get a new phone because my old phone was really old. I bought that phone in 2022, almost like 3 years ago. And it was an iPhone 11 Pro, and so I wanted to upgrade. Come on, guys, I really wanted to upgrade, and so I had to put this goal down. That girl, get a new phone, and I did get a new phone. At first, I thought I'd get an iPhone 13. That was my goal, but I don't know. Along the year, as the year went by, I was like, no, girl, dream big. Get an iPhone 16. Not only an iPhone 16 plus, and it should be in a pink color. Not that pink is my favorite color, but I loved how pink looked like on that iPhone 16. And so we got that, we clocked it down, and that goal was very much achieved, right? And then the third goal was save at least 150,000 Japanese yen. So this goal was, in my savings account, I should have 150,000 Japanese yen just on savings, And that goal was very much failed. Like, how konahali. My savings were like, how konahali. Like, girl, no. So I didn't achieve this goal. However, I did save this year. I did save. Last year, I love saving. Like, I'm someone who is very, like, I can be very disciplined in terms of saving, and I'm strict on saving. I know I can save that amount, but this year, unfortunately, I couldn't achieve this goal. I think I saved like 1/3 of the goal, but it wasn't really achieved. So we're trying again next year. We're trying it again next year. Maybe next year we're making it 250,000, half a quarter of a million Japanese yen. We don't know, but this goal was definitely not achieved, girl. It was not. And then the next two goals are about traveling. So the first one was go to Thailand, and the second one was, and the other one was go to Philippines. And they were very, very, very much failed. Very, very much failed. I wasn't able to go to Thailand, even though I really wanted to go to Thailand. I wasn't able to go to Philippines, even though I really didn't want to go to Philippines. I don't even know how I put it there, but I know I definitely wanted to go to Thailand. That's why I put it there. However, as much as I failed to travel to all of these countries, I was able to travel a lot around Japan. I went to a couple of cities that I've never been in this year, and trust me, this year was the year I traveled most in my entire life, because I went to a lot of cities. I had so much fun in traveling, and all of them were solo traveling. Girl, I would recommend solo traveling on anyone at any time of the day. It's just, you just get to spend time with yourself and, find yourself in a way. And also just do everything according to your own budget without the pressure of, oh, I can't go here with my friends because I really don't have money. You just travel at your own budget and go wherever you want. So definitely advise that to anyone, any day. And so, yeah, those two goals were not achieved. However, I am reflecting that as much as I wanted to travel to those cities, I was able to travel within Japan in a way I've never even. I went to Okinawa, I went to Osaka, I went to Tokyo, I went to a lot of cities in Tokyo. Like, I think this year was the traveling year for me, even though not outside of Japan, but I did travel a lot. So grateful for that. And then the other one was work towards a 4.0 GPA. And the reason and why this came about was my GPA has really been bad because of my Japanese struggle since my first semester in university. For those who don't know, in my university, you're supposed to take the first 2 semesters. Like the first 3 semesters taking Japanese language, and Japanese language is so hard to learn, child. I did not do well, and because of that, like, my GPA went as low as possible. And I think the reason it went that is because the Japanese language weighed a lot more. Like, for instance, one Japanese foundation took like 4 credits, and then the other courses like introduction to business management would take like 2 credits. So they weigh a lot more than other courses. So if you don't do well in those, your GPA will be low. And so this I did not achieve. I'm not on 4.0 GPA, but I did see a significant progress in my GPA compared to the past 3 years of my university life. And so this goal was not achieved, but there was an improvement. Yeah. And the other one was learn Japanese. Child, when this year started, I was just thinking about, oh my God, do I want to work in Japan? And if I want to work in Japan, especially in corporate jobs, I definitely have to learn the Japanese language. And I think I did. The way when I wrote this goal, I wanted to learn Japanese in a deeper levels enough for me to be able to enroll into like a good corporate job like Mitsubishi whatsoever. But I did not achieve that goal. I did learn Japanese along these years, but along this year, but the way I learned it was way more different of how I had expected I would learn Japanese at the beginning of this year. Because at the beginning of this year, I was even looking for like online classes I can take, how much I could pay. Like I wanted to actively learn it, right? But then I didn't end up, you know, pursuing getting into an online school to learn it, or even I think for 1 month I was studying every day, but then I just lost touch of it because of all the other things that I had to do, like part-time school and everything. And so I didn't achieve the goal. However, I did learn Japanese a little bit more through like my part-time job and yeah. So maybe we could say semi-achieved, you know. And then my next goal was gain 5K plus followers on Instagram. And I achieved that goal. That one I am very proud to say I achieved, because my Instagram has like about 8,200 followers currently, which was a shock because I started content creation on Instagram end of last year. I think literally 2 days before the year ended last year. I started posting actively reels. And if you know me, you know how much last year I was very scared of even posting, like a literal post. I was very scared. Every time I had to do that, I would question myself, send my pictures to my friend and ask, is this okay? Do you think I should post this? I would send these pictures to almost 5 of my friends and see which one they like most. And then I would post those. So I was very conscious in terms of posting because I was like, I don't know how I feel. And I remember my first post on Instagram, I turned off my comments because I was like, I don't want people to be rude or commenting. So I turned them off. So I was very, very conscious. So me deciding to start posting reels every day was just a really brave decision for me because I had never done that before, right? And so I started with like, I think 700 followers. And you know, in July, I had about 1,200 followers. And I remember looking at it and I remembered this goal that, you know, it's July. Yeah, it was around July. I was like, it's July and I haven't even gotten to 2,000 followers. But then this one video in August went viral and I got a lot of followers. I got like over 8,000 followers from that video. And so because of that, the goal is achieved. And if you're new here and you go to my bio on my YouTube channel, and you will see a link to my Instagram account. Go ahead and follow and like, so I gain more followers. Yeah, so this goal was very achieved. And then the next one was, oh, by the way, this probably looks weird, but I'm reading from my laptop. So anyways, the other one was work towards graduate school applications. I haven't started, I did work towards that, but when I wrote the goal, as much as it's not clear, I wanted to have started applying for graduate school because I do want to get my master's before I turn 27. By this time I wanted to have applied for graduate schools, but then I couldn't because I wanted to wait for my GPA to be better. So I did research and joined the what you call I did research and also joined the admissions video. This admissions videos that universities be doing. I did participate in a few with the hope of starting to apply for graduate schools next year in January, literally in a month. Yeah. And so that goal semi-achieved as well. And then the next one was gym. I believe I wanted to go to the gym. And this goal was very much achieved as much, but then the thing is I wasn't really consistent with it, because my thing was go to the gym every day or don't take breaks. I've been a gym girl from like my high school, but every time I see, okay, my body is getting to where I want it to be, I usually just stop and clock out, right? So I think I just wanted to like stay consistent in going to the gym. And so earlier this year, I did start going to the gym, clocked in for like 2 months. I saw my body transform into this machine gun. This, look, look what a hot body can do. I definitely feel like that was my song. Look what a hot body can do. But yeah. And so I clocked in, and I think when I went on my trip to Tokyo, because I was there for a month, I didn't go to the gym. That's where I started slacking, because I tried finding like a gym around the place where I was at in Tokyo, but then I couldn't get into one because they said, no, you can only become a gym member here if you stay here or you're here for more than a month, which I wasn't, so I couldn't. So that month, August, I didn't go to the gym. And so when I had to come back to the gym in October, I was all about, okay, I've spent a lot of money, I need to work. And I didn't go to the gym, but I did actively walk a lot. I would walk for like 2-3 hours, 2 hours, 30 minutes. And so this goal, I did go to the gym, and to be honest, when I started the whole gymming thing this year, I was about like 85 kg, and right now I'm in my 77 kg. So I've seen a significant progress. So I would say because of that, this year I've been more consistent than I was last year and the years before. And so we are giving this goal an A plus with distinctions. Yep. And so moving on to the next goal, which was start selling on Etsy. So I'm very good with, knitting. It's one of my favorite things to do, knitting and crocheting. And so last year, my friend was always advising me, you should start selling on Etsy. You can sell out of Japan, in Germany, in the US if you're on Etsy, and you can just do your things, hand make your things, and then sell them for a higher price and get a lot of money on Etsy, right? And so that's where this goal comes in. I remember this year I did open an account on Etsy, but trust me, you never tried selling, never knitted anything or crocheted anything to put there and sell. And to be honest with you, I had forgotten about this goal that I want to sell on Etsy. Girl, Shakira, where you at? And it's literally the last goal. This goal was very much failed with distinctions. I definitely failed with this one. I never even really thought about it after I wrote this goal. After I wrote it down, I was just like, yeah, I opened an account and I was really active about, okay, how can I sell whatever? But then I never really worked towards it, so it was failed. This was a definite F. And so that's the last of my goals for this year that I had written for myself. And that's how much I've achieved, and that's how much I have not achieved. And so probably towards the end of this month, I will have a little video session where you're gonna watch me write my New Year resolutions for 2016. And definitely I will work very hard towards achieving most of those goals. And some of the goals here will move to 2026, and we're going to make sure that we achieve them. But overall, I'm really proud of myself because I feel like I've done a lot more this year that I never really thought I would. And so I'm really grateful for that. And so guys, this is the end of episode 2. I hope you really, 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 really like it. And I hope you also relate. And I hope you listen to me saying chats, in the comment section, you also comment of what your New Year resolutions were for 2025. How much have you achieved? How much have you grown as well? And yeah, ciao. This is the end of episode 2. Bye.